Welcome back on our channel, Legends Leaving. Here is a list of famous Americans who have died, legendary people who made important contributions to their works and who sadly died today. Our thoughts are with the great people and legends who have died today and in the last few days. Thoughts and prayers go out to the family and friends. First, though, we'd love it if you showed your love by giving this video a thumbs up and following the channel. 8. Genco Erkal was a famous and respected Turkish drama actor who died at the age of 86 from leukemia. Born on March 28, 1838, Erkal had an amazing career that spanned many years and left a lasting mark on Turkish film and theater. The 1983 movie A Season in Hakkari won the Silver Bear Special Jury Prize at the 33rd Berlin International Film Festival because of how well he played the lead role. Erkal was both dedicated to his work as an actor and brave in the face of political trouble. In April 2021, he openly criticized the Turkish government on social media, which led to legal challenges and charges of insulting the president. Even after all of these problems, Erkal stayed a strong supporter of artistic freedom and honesty. His death on July 31st, 2024, marks the end of a deep and important career. People will always value Erkal's contributions to the arts, and his work will continue to inspire people in the years to come. His ability to bounce back from setbacks in both his personal and professional life shows how strong he was. As we remember his accomplishments and the difference he made, we send our respects to his family and friends. Genco Erkal left behind a legacy of great ability and unwavering dedication to his beliefs. His legacy lives on through the amazing work he did and the way it changed people's lives. 7. A touching news story. We're sad to say that Haley Merck died on Tuesday after a brave fight with cancer. She was 31 years old. Merck's Instagram had been quiet for more than 2 months before it showed that she had died of leukemia after months of treatment. It is well known that she competed for Nick Vile's love on season 21 of The Bachelor. Many people are very sad about Haley's death. In an Instagram post, her family shared their grief, writing, "It is with broken hearts. We want to let you know that our beloved Haley has died after a brave fight for her life." The statement praised her for dealing with her illness with great strength, grace, and charity. She was noted for having more drive, courage, and will to live than any of the doctor's estimates. It also said that Haley decided to spend her last moments with family and friends and to live her life to the fullest without any regrets. Everyone who knew her will remember how happy and full of life she was. The honor kept going. Everyone who knew Haley will miss her very much. Without a doubt, her happiness, love, and lively spirit will live on in our hearts. It thanked her friends and people who donated to her GoFundMe page, which is still open for more donations. Other contestants on The Bachelor, like Danielle Maltby, Raven Gates, and Dominique Alexis, wrote touching tributes to Haley's kindness and energy. A message from Christopher Bennett, the leader of the GoFundMe campaign, gave more information about Haley's last days. Bennett said that Haley was heartbroken to learn that her leukemia cells had come back after she had been given a clean bill of health after a bone marrow transplant. Even though the news was bad, Haley was determined to spend her last days with her family and friends. The message was very clear and elegant. It thanked Haley's brother Kyle for the life-saving stem cell donation and said that the world will miss her, but her memory will live on forever. Haley's Instagram showed her journey with cancer, from raw photos taken during treatment to happy pictures enjoying her life. In a touching post in October 2023, Haley shared a photo of herself smiling despite the difficulties of her treatment. A rare moment, caught smiling during treatment on November 4th, 2023. She celebrated her 31st birthday with a happy mirror selfie captioned 31 and an emoji of a birthday cake. She didn't make it to her 32nd birthday. The GoFundMe page for Haley Merck's mother, Michelle Merck, will stay open until August 10th, and donations will go to her. 6. We think about Dave Cokin's death today. A famous person in the world of sports betting and a Las Vegas sports talk radio host died early Tuesday morning after a long fight with cancer. He was 71 years old. The death of Dave Cokin marks the end of a big era in sports betting and television. He just last month said he was retiring. He told them he was in home hospice care after being told he had fatal cancer in 2023. Many of his friends, co-workers, and fans have expressed sadness over his death and praised the lasting effect he had on the industry. Grown up in Rhode Island at Providence, Cokin started betting on sports when he was very young. His first bet was on the American Hockey League's Providence Reds. Even though Cokin lost that first bet, his love of sports betting turned into a successful business. He was one of the first people to sell picks or touts, and in 1978, Jim Feist's Pro-Line sports betting show on the USA Network, which ran for 36 years, made him famous across the country. Cokin made a big splash in Las Vegas when he moved there from Nevada in 1987 and became a well-known figure in the sports betting world. He had a flat cap that made him stand out, and he co-hosted important shows on KDWN Adi, like the Singer Line. The first show made just for people who bet on sports. He had an impact on the media as a co-host on the Pete Rose Show, Cofield and Cokin, and on the Las Vegas Sports Line on ESPN Radio. 2 Nevada Sportscaster of the Year awards were given to him for his work on sports talk radio. Mitch Moss, host of VSIN, called Cokin a legend in the sports betting business and praised him as a handicapper's handicapper. Steve Cofield, former co-host of Handicapper, talked about Cokin's deep connection to Las Vegas, calling him a Vegas icon and saying that his voice was synonymous with must-listen radio. Cokin had a big effect, and the losing of him is a big deal in the sports betting world. After Cokin told everyone about his health, a lot of honors came in. People in the business had a lot of respect and love for him, and in his last public message, Cokin thanked everyone for their life. If my life was bad, I might feel different. It didn't happen at all. I had a great time. His memory will live on in the worlds of sports betting and television. As a leader and an icon, he will be honored there. 5. We honor Alma Vivian Powell today. She was a famous audiologist and a strong supporter of children's education. Alma Powell was born in Birmingham, Alabama on October 27, 1937. Her early life prepared her for a life of work and teaching. She finished from Fisk University in Nashville, Tennessee, and then went to Emerson College in Boston to study speech pathology and audiology further. Alma Powell married Colin Powell, a military and political leader, on August 25, 1962. Their marriage became a central part of their shared history.in, their respective areas. They made big changes as a team while working together in public service and advocacy. Alma Powell was a strong woman who loved her family and children and also broke new ground in her own way. She had 2 children, Linda Powell, an actress, and Anna Marie Powell. Her son was Michael Powell, who used to be the head of the Federal Communications Commission. She was the chair of America's Promise, the country's biggest program to improve the lives of children and youth. This job made her professional and charitable work stand out. In this role, her leadership showed how much she wanted to bring about good change for future generations. Alma Powell was also a talented writer. She wrote children's books like America's Promise and My Little Red Wagon, which showed how much she cared about education and child development. Alma Powell was named the NASB's National Education Policy Leader of the Year in 2011 for her work. This shows how much she has changed things for the better and how committed she is to making sure all kids have better educational chances. Alma Powell's father and uncle were well-known teachers in Birmingham, and she carried on their work through her own work. She was 86 years old when she died on July 28, 2024 in Alexandria, Virginia. Her lifelong dedication to making other people's lives better through advocacy, education, and service will continue to inspire and move those who were lucky enough to know her and benefit from her work. 4. Today we honor Paul Douglas Creek, who was better known by his stage name, Doug Creek. He died on July 28, 2024, at the age of 55 after suffering from pancreatic cancer. Creek was a good baseball player who was born on March 1, 1969. His career lasted from 1995 to 2003, with a short break in 2005. He played for many teams in Major League Baseball, MLB, such as the St. Louis Cardinals, the San Francisco Giants, the Chicago Cubs, the Tampa Bay Devil Rays, the Seattle Mariners, the Toronto Blue Jays, and the Detroit Tigers. Creek's baseball career began when he played in college at Georgia Tech, where he improved his skills. He then played summer baseball in the Cape Cod Baseball League with the Cato Kettlers. The California Angels picked him in the draft in 1990, but he decided to go back to the draft, and the St. Louis Cardinals picked him in 1991. After starting his Major League Baseball career with the Cardinals in 1995, Creek's career went through a lot of ups and downs. He was traded to several teams and played for the Hanshin Tigers in Japan in 1998. In Japan, Creek had a great season that showed off his skills. He led the league in ERA and strikes. His success outside of baseball brought him back to Major League Baseball, where he continued to make a big difference, especially with the Tampa Bay Devil Rays and later with the Seattle Mariners and Toronto Blue Jays. Even though he had problems like the big injury that required Tommy John surgery, Creek's toughness and devotion to the game were clear throughout his career. In his last few years, Creek continued to make a difference in baseball by going back to the Cardinals and then to the Detroit Tigers, where he finished his time in MLB. Fans and coworkers alike will always remember how much he loved baseball and how much he changed things on the field. As we remember Doug Creek, we are proud of what he did for baseball and how determined he was throughout his career. His impact lives on through the things he accomplished and the memories he made during his time in the sport. 3. Derek Keith Barbosa, better known as Chino XL, was a famous American rapper and actress. He was known for having difficult lyrics and a strong stage personality. Chino XL was born on April 8, 1974 in the Bronx, New York. He was a major figure in the hip-hop scene of the 1990s. Growing up in New Jersey and having Puerto Rican ancestry had a big impact on the way he thought and wrote, which was a unique mix of smart wordplay and biting social criticism. Here to Save You All, Chino XL's first record came out in 1996 and got a lot of praise for its masterful lyrics and deep intellectual content. Because the record did so well, he became known as a trustworthy voice in the underground rap scene. But over time, more hits like I Told You So 2001 and Poison Pen helped him become better known. But when his fourth solo studio record, Reconstruction of the Black Rosary, came out in 2012, it got a lot of attention and praise. The album got the 2012 HUG Album of the Year award and cemented Chino XL's reputation in the hip-hop world with its unique mix of pure passion, complex storytelling, and heavy sounds. In addition to being successful in music, Chino XL also tried to make a living as an actor. He did well in a range of roles in movies and on TV. Alex Emma is one of the movies he's been in. CSI Miami and Reno 911 are two TV shows he has been on. Being able to easily switch between acting and music showed how versatile he was and how famous he was. Besides his work as an artist, Chino XL made a big difference by being open about mental health, overcoming hurdles, and being resilient. He became a well-liked figure in the hip-hop world because he was honest and real. Derek Keith Barbosa, who is 50 years old, died on July 28, 2024. The world lost a great poet and a dedicated artist when he died. His contributions to movies and music will be remembered and celebrated for many years to come. Chino XL left behind a lasting legacy through his important body of work, his impact on culture, and the many lives he touched with his speeches and shows. 2. Today we remember the great author Francine Pascal, whose impact on young adult writing can be felt across generations. Pascal was born on May 13, 1932 in Manhattan, New York. The most famous thing about her writing is the Sweet Valley book she wrote, this beloved collection, which includes the hugely famous Sweet Valley High, captured the hearts and minds of many readers and was turned into a popular TV show. Her work led to several spin-offs, such as the Unicorn Club and Sweet Valley University. Has stayed popular, many of her books have been re-released and are loved by new readers. From the start of his trip, Pascal was interested in journalism. He studied at New York University and wrote for well-known magazines like Cosmopolitan and Ladies' Home Journal. In her early work, she also wrote for the soap opera The Young Marrieds with John Pascal, her second husband. The couple was creative in many ways, including working on Broadway, writing the show George M. with her brother Michael Stewart, hanging out with CeCe. Her first book was turned into an ABC after-school special in 1977, showing how well she could connect with young readers. A conversation with a publishing friend led to the idea for the Sweet Valley series, which became a huge hit and defined an age of young adult fiction. After writing the first few books, Pascal's ideas grew with the help of ghostwriters, making the series a permanent part of literature history until it ended in 2003 with a short return in 2011. Pascal also wrote other well-known books besides Sweet Valley. These include Fearless, Save Johanna, and The Ruling Class. In her personal life, she lost two very important people, her daughter, Jamie Stewart Carmen, in 2008, and her second husband, John Pascal, in 1981. If Wishes Were Horses, Pascal's book. 1994 is based on her own experiences and talks about the difficulties of being a widow. Francine Pascal died of cancer on July 28, 2024, when she was 92 years old. Her lasting gifts to literature and her power to move readers' hearts will make sure that her legacy continues to inspire and captivate new generations. Canan Ishik, an actor and host, died on July 29, 2024, at the age of 76. A brain hemorrhage he had in 2014 caused him to have complications that required care for the past 10 years. Ishik started working in theater when he was 17. He became famous as the host of the quiz show that used to be called Kim Bishu's Mill Your Easter. Ishik had surgery and then went into a coma after having a brain bleed on March 21, 2014, after being in a sauna. He was taken to Germany by his wife, Beryl Ishik, for more treatment in August 2014, which had some good effects. Yeshler was born in Malatya in 1947. He started out in amateur theater at Malatya Hokavi and joined Maiden Stage when he was in high school. As soon as Ishik graduated from Gazi University in 1973, he got a job with the state shows. Before he married Beryl Ishik, he was married to Gilgan Oak. Together, they had 2 children. Over the course of his career, he won more than 30 awards for his work in theater. He continued to have an impact on the arts through his plays, film versions, and teaching. Andrea Bocelli is a famous singer and classical crossover artist. He was born on September 22, 1958, in Lajatico, Italy. His strong, emotional singing has captivated people all over the world, and he has been successful in both opera and popular music. Because Bocelli was born with glaucoma, he lost all of his sight in a football accident when he was 12 years old. Even though it was hard, he followed his dream of becoming a musician by learning law and improving his singing. In 1992, Italian rock star Zucchero found him and brought him together with Luciano Pavarotti, which was his big break. Bocelli's first record, Il Mer Calmo della Sera, came out in 1994. It was the start of a long and successful career that includes many platinum and gold albums and performances in famous places around the world. Recently, there have been worries about Andrea Bocelli's health. Reports say Bocelli has been having health problems that worry his classical music fans and the rest of the music world. Specifics of his illness are being kept secret, but it is known that he has been having a lot of health problems. These problems have made it harder for him to keep up with his busy performance schedule, which has caused several shows to be canceled or moved. Fans are very worried about and supportive of him after hearing this news. They hope he gets better quickly. Even though these failures have happened, Bocelli is still positive and continues to inspire people with his strength and dedication to his art. He is still hoping to return to the stage soon in full force.